All right, so this is as you can see, already into the new week, and just coming off of having two pretty nice gatherings. One was a huge one, and yesterday was a pretty solid one. They're both great. Made the start of my August, pretty good. A good one to start. Now, obviously, it's only the first 3 days. I mean, that's not really saying much considering it is only the beginning. But, despite all the prep, despite all the, the partying and all that, there's really still no time to relax. Because, for one, yes, we're back in reality, all right. But the kind of reality that I'm still dealing with, it's pretty much still there, And who knows if I'm ever gonna have this big break, this next big break that's coming, right? We'll have to see about that, dude, because there's really nothing much else that I can do. And to be honest, man, with the way that my job hunting has been, it's almost like as if I'm really, really, really starting to feel like I can just feel it. I haven't really admitted it, but I'm really just starting to feel it, that I'm getting mentally exhausted, dude. I'm just like, I'm applying here and there, but then as we get into the new month, it's like, why am I, it's like I'm still in disbelief that I'm still in this dump. I'm still in disbelief, And it's just sad to see that, it's just sad to see that I'm still here and possibly going to my 13th year in September, which by then is already the bird season. And obviously when it comes to September, people are already thinking about Halloween and the big old holidays coming up. I don't want to go through another bird season in that dump where things might end up becoming worse than it was last year. Like everything that we've done like years before, and I'm talking about that this dump as a whole used to do Secret Santa and Thanksgiving potluck the other year, and for servers to do whatever they want. It has come this far for me. Like, it's just nothing but stupidity, annoyance, lots of undisciplinary action. This is why I lost so much objectivity for that dump. But before I do dive into that, it's like for me and where I stand with this life, it's no question, man. Even the discussions are still being talked about, and it's just crazy to me how how these discussions just keep ongoing, and although I hear it's gonna be a while, like, what am I, that might just, change things for me as far as like, while I keep job hunting, then, what am I, what if I get to a point where I may be closer to moving to another state, and then I can't really job hunt no more over here, man. I mean, it's gonna be a bad note. It's gonna be like this. Like, if I end up being in another state, like, and and I like to the point where I finally leave this dump only for myself to move out. That to me is just sad. It's sad. It's just sad in that not only have I left that dump, but the fact that I'm already in another state and having already left all of my all my friends behind here, nut ballers. That's just it's just it's just to the point where I've already just moved out of California. You know what I'm saying? And look, I do have thoughts about being away from California, but I mean, at this point, at least a new job will just will keep me happy, and then even when I still see some of my friends, they'll send me happy. I mean, I can't just like I don't want to end up having to go through that situation. As very tough as this life already is, dealing with what I have to deal with, with both dilemmas, it's like, there's still really no time for relaxation, man. Now, I'm sitting there in my dump, always thinking about how I can relax, man. Because when I head home after my dump, it's like now I gotta really increase my awareness, It's just a lot of stuff going on, more than before, and it's just it's to the point now where it's like, how much longer am I gonna have to deal with this? Because I already know how I feel many times when I leave my dump, and I just don't know. I don't know like how things are gonna change up. It's I mean, the gatherings are a great escape from reality, but in the end, we're still there. We still got to deal with it. We still got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So yeah, I mean, set aside that kind of reality, because there's not really much else to say other than just having to be just stuck there and just knowing what to expect, and just the fact that who knows what'll come of all this, because I just really want to have my own space at this point. I do. If I was coming out of my dump and I'm out, and if I have my own place, I got plenty of time to relax without having to worry about anything around me or anyone around me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dude. I'm like, every day I'm mentally out of it, and it's just this is just how things are. I mean, I know I gotta stand up to even want to gain my own personal space, but what if that? I mean, it sounds like it may just not happen for as long as I still have this job. It's not paying me enough. People can tell me, hey, this is how you invest, this and that. Obviously you gotta start a new job here and there. I'm even tired of saying I'm trying to find a new job, because it's been how many years since I've been trying to find one. It's just flat out ridiculous. You know what I mean? But speaking of my dump, man, it's like it's just like I said, it's just nothing more than just pure stupidity, laziness, plenty of undisciplinary action, just pure annoyance. It's gotten to a point where that workplace doesn't feel like a workplace anymore. It just is not. It just doesn't feel like how it was when I first came in. You know, it's tough. Like, for as long as I'm there, I'm just seeing, like, especially for mostly the same company president. It was just, at this point, it's like, does he even have a brain still? Like, he had this afternoon meeting, and I was like, some of the guys, like even the HR was like, oh wow, Mr. Lee has a afternoon meeting. Like, I mean, about what? Like, and it's just about the usual, just to manufacture this and that, like he would do it on the morning in his 1 hour and a half, almost 2 hours morning meetings, just to tell the sales reps what to do and what not to do. Good Lord. It's yeah, dude. And it's just really unfortunate that, and I've said this plenty of times. My dump is the center core to where all this drama has happened in my life. Even the recent drama with the group text, the second group text incident, and even the first group text incident was a lot of friend issues, a lot of friend drama, even just drama at home. It's hard for me to even feel like I'm even myself most of the time, because when I'm that annoyed, this is, I'm coming across like as if I myself am just a totally different version of me, to where even I feel like I'm in shambles. You know what I mean? It's tough, dude. Like, and now, look, again, it's great to see a Boston Ray. It's still a great time in that gathering last Saturday. But if it wasn't for that group text incident, I'm sure Robbie would have been able to still go. And with Julio's situation, it's I know he's going through a tough one, and I totally understand that. I mean, hell, it could have at least been us four. If it wasn't for that group text, the second group text incident, and now here we are again. Now all of a sudden, it seems like I may just end up losing another friend. I hope that's not the case. I hope not. I do hope not. Okay? Now we're already past the gathering, and now what's gonna happen? It's just a lot of bad things just keep happening with me as long as I'm still in that dump, and I'm trying my best to just really stay focused, and like, if I had to, I think it would have been better for me to take therapy after I leave that dump. And I'm gonna say this: I think I would have had a much easier understanding, or to where I can understand better on my therapy lessons, and while I'm in a new job, because if I'm still in this dump, and it's like I just really feel stuck, and to the point where it's like it's almost a feeling like you're held back a grade in school or high school. It's just sad, It's even when you see that all the people, like a majority of the people there are still, they're still, they've been there since what? They've been there since I came in, and it's like I'm not seeing any new life at all. Yeah, there's some newbies, but there's no new life. Pretty soon, a lot of these newbies, like, I mean, even the ones that are here now, like they're gonna know the BS sooner or later, and then they're gonna end up leaving. It's why I don't talk to these guys anymore. Not because I disrespect them, but I just don't see a reason to talk to any more newbies. And I mean, it's like, yeah, I'll talk to them, and all of a sudden they leave. I mean, it's why, you know, you just know that place is just so unreliable. It's very unreliable in that the company president is not adhering to the current trends of how a workplace operates. And you know, this is exactly what it's come down to now. It's, you know, it's always going to be like this. It's you know, that's why, like, for as much annoyed and frustrated and all these other feelings that I've been possessing, you know, for as long as I'm in that dump, it's hard. It's really just hard. It's really hard for me to just even feel like I'm in a workplace at this point. I always had to refer to what it was like the first couple of years. And yes, you know, I said the mistakes that I make, you know, the bad decisions, were all just directly at work, you know. And at one point, you know, there's some points in time where I was at home just kind of worrying about work. And I know I've been told, hey, you know, leave your work at work and all, and, you know, leave everything at home and all that. But now it's like, I mean, it's like everything is all tangled together, you know. The fact that I'm in that dump is like, it's more problems for me left and right, and it's just ridiculous. Even my outside life problems, man. My outside life problems. It's just sad. It's just sad to see that you know, the problems I'm dealing with are mostly just outside of life problems and not really at my dump anymore. And especially if it's friends, you know, I just really hate that. But you know, this is what I get if I'm still in this dump. It's just more. It's like a curse being there. Just more and more bad things just keep happening to me. And you know, not that I really feel that, but it's just, you know, that something bad is about to happen. But you know, unfortunately, they just keep on coming. They just keep on coming, dude. I don't know what else to feel at this point. Look at everyone else that just left, like Paula and Ted. And guys like them, they've well moved on from this dump. You know, they're at the point now where their lives are much better than, you know, than their lives were when they were in this dump. You know, it is what it is. Let's just call it what it is for guys like them that made the right decision to leave. You know, I mean, I'm just baffled that I'm still in this dump. And you know, it's to a point where even people are telling me, well, be thankful you have a job, at least you get paid, you know, you can find other ways to be happy. I mean, is this really where we're at, dude? Is this really where we're at? I mean, it's obvious that, you know, everyone would know that at least most of my friends, I mean, the saying would be like this for me. Like, when I do get a new job, it'll help me to, you know, to become more motivated in life and, you know, explore new challenges and, you know, make better life decisions because of the fact that I'm moving up with my life. Not to sit in this dump and where nothing is really happening, and now I'm like, you know, teaching myself all these new skill sets, and it shouldn't come to that. It shouldn't. But here we are, man. Here we are. I can't just like, It's hard to even convince myself that I can be happy with the life that I have. Just like I said before, you know, I can do all these new things, or, you know, do different things, or there's at home or with friends, and at the end of the day, I'm still in that dump, being paid what I'm paid. So there's really no permanent happiness for me. I've said it time and time again. You know, I mean, I'll have flashes of great moments, some joy, happiness, but is it really just that? I mean, I can have these 1 week breaks, 2.5 week breaks, and in the end, I'm still in that dump. I'm sorry, dude, but my dump is just like look what just happened with me that other Friday with that throbbing headache, and yeah, the group text incident, the second group text incident. I even told Robbie about it the day before the gathering. And look, now all of a sudden it's come to that point where, I mean, who knows if, you know, if we're gonna ever have another chance again to reconnect. I mean, is the Nutballers really still gonna be the Nutballers? I mean, fortunately, everyone is over with that whole group text incident. You know, I know Julio's got other things to deal with, and I know myself what I got to deal with. You know, but come on, man, it's this life is why I cannot really be happy. In general, people can say, don't worry about this and that, you're panicking, this and that, you know, enjoy life. You know, I'm trying, dude, I'm trying, but in the end, you know, even me just getting an interview, that shows me I always feel like I'm already gonna get the job because I got called up for an interview. And where did that go? I'm really out of it at this point, dude. I'm really, really, really out of it at this point. Mentally, hell, even physically. It's I don't know, man. I don't know. But even if I get this, whether this break happens this week or not, it ain't gonna change the fact that I'm still dealing with a lot of misery for as long as I'm in that dump. And, you know, I hope I can get if this break does happen, which I'm about to find out in about a minute or two, you know, I'll find out, man. Like, I hope I can get a job. I hope I can get another interview, but you know, during that 2-week period, it didn't even happen. I didn't get a single one. I mean, the fact that the market is what it is, it's like, wow. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I'm just sickened. Point blank, period. I'm done, man. I know, I keep saying I'm done. I keep saying I need to find a new job. I keep saying this and that. Ugh. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm speechless now. All right. Have a nice rest of your afternoon. Peace.